I'm Ange.
I'm Ken.
And today on One TN Life, I'm going to be repurposing these Pendleton blankets into... If you want to know how, don't touch that screen. I'm going to start by cutting all the seams. This way I can make my own pattern. Say goodbye to your old poncho, Ken. Oh, look, we got our first hole. I'm done. So I have my back, front, pocket, 2 sleeves, and my hood.
We're ready to unveil the pattern. Whoop, there's the seal.
It was showcased at a big box membership store. You know, the one that serves the hot dog.
Check it out.
I'm going to head it off to the wash machine, and then we're going to cut it out. Don't you just love that warm, fresh feeling right out of the dryer? Just matching up my pattern pieces with the design of the blanket. Ken and I prefer it a little longer, so I'm going to use this print as a guide. So that means I'll have an extra 14 inches at the bottom of my poncho. So this way I have more added comfort when wearing it at the beach. Mindful of the iconic Joseph print to make sure when you're wearing it, you're showing off your colors loud and proud. Okay, I'm ready to start pinning it on. Where are my pins? With my pattern piece freshly pinned, I'm going to start cutting around. Leaving this bigger side here, I think I'm going to use the other piece on top, so this way I have a little bit of a line. I'm just going to start cutting.
I'm just doing my back print. As you can see, I've cut out my first print, matching it up to the back print, so that way the patterns match from the front to the back. My back piece is all pinned on, and I'm ready to start cutting it out too. Well, you know, it could have been better. I got little scissors. I feel like I'm cutting with clown scissors. I'm going to refurbish this Pendleton blanket with these challenging mini circus scissors. I've pinned and cut out my back piece, and I've also done that with my front piece. Now I'm going to go through the remnant and try to match up the pattern with the pocket, the sleeves, and the hood.
I guess I should have mentioned it's a king size. If you're curious to see what I'm going to do with the remnants, watch for my next how-to video, Pendleton Blanket Cardigan.
Make sure to subscribe and tap that bell so you'll be notified as soon as it's posted. Smudge it out. Now that all my pieces are laid out, I place them on the pattern piece so this way they match up. I got my pocket, my 2 sleeves, and my hood. I'm going to start pinning them, and then I'm going to cut them out. Yay! I'm done pinning. My pocket is cut out. I haven't cut the other hood out, but again, I used the band. I just noticed that I cut it off just a little bit too short there. These two will go together. I've just cut out my 2 hoods. This will be my last cut. I've cut my pattern out. I utilized the bottom stitch of the blanket for around the rim of the hood. I also used it for the sleeve bottom here. To make sewing easy, because as you can see, this fabric is going everywhere. In the Indigenous community, you're always supposed to gift the first one that you make. I won't be gifting this one. I'll be keeping it. I'll gift Ken the other one. Sleeve number 1. No. Sleeve number 2. We have the hood. And then this is the front piece with the pockets. This is the back piece. See you at the sewing machine. Smudge it out, reground yourself. So I'm going to take my stitch ripper. I'm going to take off the Pendleton logo. I'm going to place it somewhere on my pocket. This way I can identify that it is Pendleton if you're bougie like that. I'm working on my pocket. I want to make the seams for my handholds nicely zigzagged. The other side now. Fold it in on each side, and then I'm going to straight stitch it. Okay, so the top of my pocket's done. Coming along in the back. Now I just have to work on zigzagging and folding this edge. Well, hopefully it'll come out a little bit straighter when I pin it on. And I'm going to start with this here side of the pocket by folding it in. And then I'm just going to sew straight down and then finish the other end of the pocket. So this is my pocket.
And I've cleaned up all the edges, pinned my pocket, and I'm gonna sew this side, and the bottom side. Now I'm truly done my pocket. Yay! The back side of my pocket and the front side of my pocket, I'm completed.
This is the front, and I'm going to start now by attaching the back with both good sides together. With good side to good side, you're going to want to pin and you're going to want to sew, leaving the raw edges, because I'm going to flip it back over, and then we're going to sew from the inside. I'm going to start from the bottom on the original blanket band, so this way they match up. My two sides and my shoulders are sewn on. See, all the edges line up. Now I'm going to turn it inside out, right side to right side, inside out, and then you redo these edges again to sew the linings together, the two pieces together on the opposite side. This way it seals my edges. This is the inside of the poncho, and I sewed the good side to the good side. I sewed the inside to the inside, so this way when you open it, your seam is seamless. So I'm ready to turn it inside out, and I can start working on my sleeves and my hood. Getting ready to sew my hood. If I go fast enough, can I consider it exercising? Just like this. This will be the hood. Sherpa fabric is not the easiest to work with. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. I know what I'm doing. Don't doubt yourself. Always trust your gut. Here we go. The hood looks pretty good. You're going to want to reverse it and do it this way. This way it'll lock stitch. Make sure to put your pressure foot down or your machine just won't go. I tried it. If you remember, we cheated here, so really, we only have the bottom to deal with. Oh, snap. Hate when that happens when you're a little off. Oh well, time to improvise.
Stretch, stretch, stretch.
So I may have to trim this up to make it line up. Stay tuned. It's going to be a long night. Threading the needle. My hood is completed. Ooh, there's a pin in here. Ooh. All in all, look at how nice it turned out. We're going to do the same procedure again, where we're going to sew good side to good side. We left the original banding for the sleeve cuff. It's going to look something like this. Now you're going to have both your sleeves, raw edges sewed together. As you can see, mine are done. Cheating them. If you can remember, we turn it inside out now, and then we resew. Always start from the cuff here at the top. Chase the fuzz. Chase the blur. Yay, I did it! Old stage didn't get me there. Voila! My sleeves are done. Beautiful. Easy peasy.
You're going to take it, holding it, and you're going to pop it right on in to your outfit. Pull it back out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to match the two seams together in the armpit, making sure all seams meet. I'm just going to start pinning it on, just like so. And then I'm going to work on the right one. See what it is.
I've pinned my sleeves in here. Reverse again. Both are pinned.
You can see the head hole. So here's my hood. As you can see, I used the band of the blanket. A little bit easier to sew. You're going to take your hood from the inside, and you're going to want to pin it around, going to the front of your hood. I'm working out from the center of the back.
My hood is pinned also. I'm going to start with the two sleeves first. And then I'm going to start at the armpit, and I'm going to work towards the other side.
Yeah, I ran over two pins over here. Just feeling all the pins out. Because I had run over. One time I was sewing, it broke my needle and the needle flew out. It grazed the side of my eye. Now I sew with these gauntlets on.
Okay, now that you have roughly sewn on your sleeves, your hood, you're going to turn it inside out. And then you're going to make all those stitches again. So here's the arm, here's the sleeve. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch around here, all the way around the arm and sleeve. This way, my other end will be all cleaned up. Same with the hood. The seam looks like this.
Look how perfect it is. For me, homemade.
Only thing now is to try on this bad boy.
Voila. Looks like I'm finished. Another day, another project.
Should have put your fresher. Oh, pin my hair to it. Oops.
Pocket number one is all pinned.
Eric sleeve.
Gotta punch
Eric sleeve.
Could have been straighter, but it's homemade. I mean, oh, goodness me. Oh, gotta love it. I mean, I feel like I'm sewing a Muppet All the stuff I'm wearing, I feel like I took them up and out. I'm Sherpa not worried about wearing it. A Sherpa don't know if I'd work with it again. Sherpa is somebody who carries something for you. How fast you sew when you know dinner's almost ready. I don't take out stitches. I relive themes from the past.